Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'm taking a quick look at the newest expansion for Explorers of the Woodlands From the Woods Studios, designed by Jeffrey Woods. If you haven't seen my review on the core game yet, go check that out on my YouTube channel. And the expansion is called Wildscale Swamps and adds a lot of cool new stuff to the game. There is a new character to play, an otter who has a boat, and there is a river in this game as well. So you get a bunch of new forest tiles, river tiles, new monsters, new end bosses, a bunch of new cards, new loot. So let's take a quick look inside the box. So what you see here are prototype cards and tiles and stuff that you get in the expansion. Let's start with Atu, the new character you get, who is an otter. This is her character board, which is the same as all the other boards. Of course, this is different. And they have spots for cards, all of these boards. You'll get some new dice, a new red hero die, a new brown special power die for Atu. She also has a special lantern token right here, which is double-sided. There are some tokens for the campaign mode. All of these tokens here, the tentacle, these palisades, the trap, these water tokens, and this ballista, that's all for the campaign. You get the cubes to put on your hero board, of course, an extra crystal because there's now 5 players. There's some extra tokens here too for the 5th player. Of course, you'll get a cool new meeple for the otter. This is a bit small in the prototype. It'll be a little bit bigger so it matches the existing ones from the core game better. And of course, it will also be printed and not a sticker. You'll get a new card for the different new monsters you can encounter. And of course, you get new hero cards. So Atu will get 2. And you'll also get additional cards for the heroes of the core game with new stats, so you can level them up to a 3rd level, if you will. So all of these will have new abilities. So there's that. And then for Atu here, there's these 2 cards as well. So that's interesting. There's a bunch new event cards. So we have different kinds of events here. As you can see, there's even this one which gives you swamp fever. There's 2 new inn cards. There's also 2 new thorns cards. And a whole bunch of new loot cards. Look at it, big deck here with all kinds of cool new items that you can use with some new mechanisms as well, and some will also have tokens. For example, this freezing spell card will also have its own token over there. And there's going to be 3 new bosses that you will encounter at the end of the river. So there you go, with of course lovely new art by Yahui Iwagao. And, of course, a whole bunch of new monsters, which all have their own tiles. Again, this is a prototype, but you get a bunch of new and existing monsters with perhaps different stats. And there's a whole bunch of these. These will, of course, be punch board. So look at that. New kinds of monsters included in the expansion. There's a new Swamp Fever cards, which will give you negative effects, such as these. There's all kinds of negative effects that you can get, and these will be placed next to your hero board if you get them, and you're going to try and get rid of those, of course. And there's also new boon cards, these amulets, which will give you a positive effect. And there's tokens to indicate some of those effects as well. And of course, you've seen it here. This 3D river boat you will get if you back the crowdfunding campaign. This will not be in the retail edition of the expansion, so back it and you'll get this as well. And most importantly, of course, are the new tiles. So there's a couple of new forest tiles here. There's a new trap tile to place in your forest with a forest path here. There's a new altar tile where you can get all kinds of new cards. As here, these amulets and these swamp fever cards can be gotten here as well. There's a new starting card for the river expansion, so you can enter the river here or go 3 ways in the forest, so you place that in the middle of the table. There's a new end tile where you're encountering the boss at the end of the river, and then there's a merchant on the river as well. And then there's a bunch of river tiles. There's straight rivers, there's curves, which also have a curved path in the forest, so this goes both ways. This one also has a trap. Here's another one with an event. Here's another one with a monster, and this icon. There's another one which has a bridge, so you cross the river. Another straight one which impairs movement because of the obstacles. The curve, this one has a treasure in an old log there. So you get all of those as well. And with the Wildscale Swamps, you'll also get a printed player aid that updates the core game and a printed edition of the core rules version 2.2. And in addition to the standard game, Wildscale Swamps includes 3 brand new campaign scenarios, which you can play in order or as one-offs. And they bring new objectives, special rules, and new components. And the Wildscale Swamps rulebook will also include a 6th scenario for the core game. So those are the things to look forward to in the expansion Wildscale Swamps. Check it out. So that was my quick preview of what you get with Explorers of the Woodlands Wildscale Swamps. Of course, this is still a prototype, so components might be different, and you might also get additional components. There might be stuff unlocked during the crowdfunding campaign as well. I'll put a link to the project in the description below, so you can go there and hit that notification button so you'll be notified when it goes live. Definitely check it out if you already own the core game, and if you don't have it yet, you can get it with the expansion campaign, and it has a very competitive price for what you get, in my opinion. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and please also check out my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below or the icon at the end of this video. And I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.